What is going on, Miami Dolphins fans? Welcome to the Fins Up Network. It's Ben Morgan, and we did not kick off the new year how we had all hoped. We just cannot catch a break right now. Things are not bouncing our way. Yet another loss, this time 23-21. And you know the story. 5-game losing streak. No longer control our own playoff fate. Now we need to, we keep talking the last few weeks. This one's not technically a must win, not technically a must win. Well, here we are. Next week, week 18 is now a must win against the Jets. But now it's not only just that. Now we need the Bills on week 18 to also take care of the Pats, take care of the team that we couldn't. So now yes, we still need to win. We can help with that. But now we're relying on others. The place we didn't want to be when we were 8-3, we never thought we would be in this situation. But we're in this situation. And guess what? Quarterback one still in concussion protocol. And now Teddy's got a finger issue. And now guess what else we didn't see today? Terron Armstead, Xavien Howard, Bradley Chubb, they were all out today. And I want to start with the injuries, but before I start with the injuries and how we kind of remedied those injuries, I want to hear from you. You're going to have some thoughts, some takeaways that I didn't. So drop those in the comments. Would love to hear what your guys are thinking about as well. But at a certain point in time, is there just too many damn injuries to overcome? Because both Terron Armstead and Eric Fisher inactive. So what does that leave us with at left tackle? Kendall Lamb, a guy we signed, 3-4 weeks ago, been on our practice squad. We bring him up. We sign him to the active roster. He starts at left tackle. We move Liam Eichenberg back to left guard. Interesting decision. And I thought maybe you could leave Robert Jones at left guard and move Liam Eichenberg to left tackle, but obviously they didn't go that way. Center stayed the same. Right guard stayed the same. And then Brandon Shell was, thank God, healthy enough to start at right tackle for us. But then what happened? Another injury. Another damn injury. When Lamb goes out, we move Greg Little over to left tackle. And for the most part, offensive line, injury-wise, the team held up. But where do we see the collapse? We saw the collapse once the Patriots made it the two-possession game, and they didn't really have to respect the threat of the Dolphins running it. The time was against us. Score was against us. We needed to throw the ball. And at the end of the day, their edge rushers were better than our backup tackles. And we knew that would be the situation. And then we're going to get into style of play, but that's why we played the style of the game that we played today. But like I said, their edge rushers, their defensive line, better than our backup offensive tackles. Not breaking news there. But then in regards to the defensive injuries, especially in the secondary, I thought that the secondary held up respectably well, fairly well. I'll get to some mental lapses because we don't have a game where we don't have mental lapses. I'll get to that later. But I thought Kader Kohou played fine again. I thought he actually played pretty well. All things considered, it's week 17 in a game where we win this week, we win next week, we're going to the playoffs. It's an important-ass game is what I'm trying to say. And Kader Kohou in this game is an undrafted free agent rookie, and he's our top cornerback heading into this game with the likes of Keon Cross and Noah Igbenogany. We've talked about it recently. I'm talking about it again. At some point in time, this damn many injuries just might be too much to overcome. Now, I teased the other takeaway, one of my takeaways here with the offensive strategy, because we were sort of pigeonholed into what we had to do offensively today. And there's pros and cons to that. And the strategy was run the ball, shorter, safer passes, more dump off to running backs than usual. I think Mostert caught 8 passes in this game. I'd have to check back, but I think it was right around 8. Fine, especially in the first half. Now, we didn't run the ball with great success, but getting the 3, 4, 5 yards on first down was helping with this specific game plan. It was helping a lot. We stayed committed to the run, and we kept the score tied at 7-7 at halftime. We were perfectly fine. I liked the idea behind the strategy. You're basically playing it safe. You're controlling the clock. You're giving yourself a chance to win at the end of the game if you don't have a bunch of errors. That's where the strategy can kill you. Running that kind of offense, which we were essentially forced to today, leaves you with little to no room for error. And when you throw 2 interceptions and you miss a field goal and you have an injury to the guy that was playing left tackle, and now you have another injury to your quarterback who's playing who is your backup quarterback, that's when that strategy, it's just too much. It's too much to overcome. And like I said, Miami was essentially forced into that strategy, but it comes with pros and cons. And unfortunately, the cons outweighed the pros the same way that too many injuries have stacked up. Now, we talked about miscues, teased that as well. Numerous miscues today. And you're going to have miscues and wins, but when you have numerous miscues And when they're at crucial timing and they're such essential plays, it's too much to overcome as well. That's the theme of the day. This episode should just be called Too Much to Overcome, because it started right away. You got Noah Igbenogany and Eric Rowe not on the same page, not having the communication there. And you get the confusion as to who has who, and it results into a touchdown. And that's almost to be expected. Noah Igbenogany, like I said, been a healthy scratch more often than not. And Eric Rowe, yeah, he gets playing time, but hey, Brandon Jones isn't out there anymore either. So we're playing with these backups, and that's going to happen. Another one now. You're burning timeouts to avoid delay of game penalties. This has been a story all season. This is something that needs to get worked out this offseason. But we had one today where it was 4th and 1, and we were going to go for it. We call timeout. We come out of that timeout and get a false start penalty. Now, it did end up going back to 4th and 1 because we got bailed out by the running into the punter call. But still, just a huge miscue. Obviously, the Teddy Bridgewater interception is a miscue in itself. But think about what led up to that play. The play was moved to being a 3rd and long because you had Brandon Shell with a false start. And now not only did you move it back to 3rd and long, and you had the interception, it was housed. I think that one was the one that was housed. But Teddy Bridgewater gets hurt on that play as well. Just things continuing to stack. Another one, we get an illegal shift penalty on Tyreek Hill when Skylar Thompson's in the game. And that's the play where Thompson scrambles for a first down. What happens on the next play? We throw another interception. And that was the one that bounced off of Tyreek's hand. And then lastly, we're on defense. There's 5 minutes left in the game. It's a 3rd down situation where we need to force a field goal. A touchdown makes it a 2-possession game. Not enough time left. You got to keep it a 1-possession game. We bring a blitz. There were some guys that weren't touched. It was going to land. Mac Jones throws up a prayer. Well, what is another one of our backup cornerbacks, a guy that we essentially signed to be a special teamer in Keon Crossan. And Keon Crossan can only do so much. He's made some good plays for us throughout the year. I'm not trying to dog on him. But at the end of the day, we talked about it. When we were on our winning streak, we kept saying at a certain point in time, these injuries, these people that are supposed to be backups on our team, it's going to shine through. And it did, because what did Keon Crossan do in that? He never got his head around, never made a play on the ball, absolutely murdered the wide receiver that was going for it. Easy penalty. And then they get the ball at the 1-yard line. And then we have yet another kind of miscommunication error, because we end up getting Duke Riley thinking that he's got a cornerback to help on Jacoby Myers. He doesn't. It's just Duke Riley one-on-one with Myers, and you're taking Myers in that situation every single time. But look at those guys. Like I said, it's Keon Crossan, it's Duke Riley, guys that can play defense, but you didn't want them to be the crucial guys on touchdown, on potential touchdown plays in week 17 is what I'm trying to say. So honestly, a lot of miscues, not a lot of positives to take from this one, because we've officially blown our chance to control things, Dolphins fans. We went from 8-3, first place in the AFC, one of the top seeds, I think the top seed. It was us or the Chiefs, however that played out, in the AFC playoff picture. We had a quarterback in the MVP discussion, and look at us now. We dolphined it. We completely dolphined it. We're 8-8. We're derailed by injuries. And now we got a must-win game, like I started out with. We got a must-win game, week 18, and now we need help from the Bills. So Dolphins fans, be prepared to be Bills fans this week as well, because we're going to need it all. I'm going to be talking more about that Jets game. I'll talk a little bit about the Bills-Patriots game as the week goes on as well, because that is the life that we live right now, Dolphins fans. But like I said, drop your thoughts, drop your takeaways in the comments, and let's talk about it more there as well. And until next time, Miami Dolphins fans, fins up.